Series of extreme attacks on D.C. home rule. Holmes Norton has long pushed for D.C. to become its own state, while some Republicans have pushed to abolish home rule and put D.C. permanently in control of the federal government.
That's Fox's Ryan Schmelz. And the 99-cent label that you may have seen on Arizona tea drinks may soon be going away.
Founder Don Voltaggio says he may be forced to break the promise he made to not raise the price of the drinks. Despite inflation, which would make the price almost $2, it has remained the same cost since 1997. Voltaggio cited President Trump's 50% tariffs on aluminum imports and says he hopes the tariff debate will be resolved.
That is WHIO Sierra Lawson reporting. WHIO News Time is 6:19.
And time for us to get your 5-day weather forecast from Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
Waking up this morning with some patchy fog. Most of us should be all right. We'll clear that fog. Hit 89 degrees this afternoon, feeling like 95 with a few passing clouds. 91 on Saturday, feeling more like 100. Doing the same thing again on Sunday. Then on Monday, we'll drop to 90. Woo! Still hot, still humid, waiting for that cold front. 88 degrees on Tuesday with increased rain chances throughout the afternoon and evening.
The Live Doppler 7 radar clear right now. It's 66 in Tip City, 67 in Huber Heights, 69 degrees at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
And we get a traffic update from Jake Magnotta.
And a lot of districts head back to school this week, so busy on the roads this morning. Again, on the interstates, though, not busy as we haven't seen any delays that you need to get around, and there have been no crashes reported across the Miami Valley. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Well, Hello Magazine says sleeping with your phone next to you may cause brain fog. Biochemist Dr. Anna Parsad warns that the blue light from screens can disrupt melatonin production and sleep quality. She suggests creating a screen-free wind down to improve sleep and reduce phone dependency. And the Supreme Court weighing in on a Mississippi law that limits kids' social media use. We dive into their ruling in our in-depth impact story in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:21.
It takes a lot of work and people to put on a live radio station. But being in the moment with us, live and local, is something you can't get anywhere else. WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it. WHIO Radio is the home of the biggest sports brands in the Miami Valley. And we have the ability to put your company's message right in the middle of it.
We've been caring and fighting for clients since 1950.
The home of the Cleveland Browns.
Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at?
University of Dayton basketball.
I'm the voice of the Flyers, Larry Hanskin.
High school football. And the best Bengals coverage. Put your business front and center in the most valuable space in media. Sports rules. To get your message in these legendary sports brands, advertise on Dayton's legendary radio station. To advertise, call Kristen at 937-259-2344. That's 937-259-2344.
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
One thing I'm always trying to warn you away from are the ever-multiplying scams. There's been a change in the behavior of criminals, really an intensification of a pattern, that the way they're going after you now is not by contacting you directly by text or by email or phone call. No, they found a much more effective way, and that is through social media. In fact, it's a plague on Instagram and Facebook. And when I do my TV work, more and more times we're doing stories about people who first got sucked in on social media. Just because you like following a person or whatever it is, the topics you're interested in, know that the crooks are following you there and trying to get into your wallet.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO. What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Good morning, Dayton. You're waking up with the information you need to start the day. Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Brittany Otto. Nike founder Phil Knight and his wife generously donating $2 billion to the University of Oregon's Cancer Institute. The donation will support groundbreaking cancer research and treatment at the Knight Cancer Center.
Love it.
69 degrees now in Dayton. It is 6:25.
Yeah, 25 minutes here after 6 o'clock. I'm Jeremy Ratliff. Well, Brittany, is the word rain really jumping into the local weather discussion finally?
We have the chance for rain coming into next week. There's still some wiggle room with the change as we're nearly 7 days out. But hear me out. There's a cold front. This cold front's going to do some good when it comes to temperature, but it'll also bring us some much needed rain after a good dry spell here as we move through the weekend. Plus, it's hot, so that doesn't help.
That is Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz. Here is a WHIO impact story, which means we go in-depth on a major story every hour. The Supreme Court will allow a Mississippi law limiting kids' social media use to go into effect for now.
The unsigned emergency ruling by the Supreme Court means that Mississippi's law requiring age verification on social media sites like Facebook and X can be enforced on a temporary basis. The justices rejected an appeal from NetChoice, a tech industry group representing the platforms, who says the law threatens privacy rights and free expression for all ages. The 2024 law establishes requirements for social media companies to confirm their users' ages. There were no noted dissents by the Supreme Court, but Justice Brett Kavanaugh wrote that there is a good chance that NetChoice will eventually succeed in showing that the law is unconstitutional.
That is Fox's Tanya J. Powers reporting.
This is WHIO continuing news.
Yeah, maybe Friday.
Beware. There will be a price to pay.
But we have some news for fans of the show Wednesday.
Netflix releasing a teaser trailer for the second part of the second season of Wednesday.
This isn't hell, Miss Adams. But I understand the confusion. If I'm not dead, then why are you here? Because I am your new spirit guide.
Of course, in the world of the Addams family, Wednesday's dead principal can return, played by Gwendolyn Christie. The second part of the season is out September 3rd. Part 1 of season 2 of Wednesday was released August 6th.
So we know what Brittany Otto is going to be doing on the release of that. It's Fox's Monica DeLuca with a fun report for us this morning. WHIO News Time, 6:27.
And you can save more, spend less, avoid getting ripped off. You can do all that with the help of Clark Howard, Dayton's consumer warrior. Clark has advice for you right now at his website. You can just go to clark.com. Here's this morning's Clark tip, sponsored by My USA Credit Union.
I talked recently about fares dropping for fall around the United States, but I'll tell you where they've really been dropping for fall if you're interested in going to Europe, because the airlines are having trouble selling seats to Europeans coming to the United States right now. And it's, a back and forth market. So that means they've got to beg us with lower prices to get on those flights. And the fares are going down, down, down. Another thing you need to know, the value of the dollar versus the euro has been going down, making a trip to Europe more expensive than it's been in years and years and years once you get there. So something I don't normally recommend, I want you shopping for your hotels before you go, locking in the price in dollars booked from here before you fly away. This is Clark.
When you need the best bank for business checking, call Scott and the team from Farmers Merchants Bank. They helped me save hundreds of dollars a month, and the process was really simple.
And when you're planning your best event, be sure to call Bart at Primetime Party Rental. They take care of everything.
It's that simple. For your event needs, make sure you call Bart at Primetime Rental. And for your business checking needs, make sure you call us at Farmers and Merchants Bank.
The best bank.
The best event supplier.
We're all proud to be the best at what we do.
Learn more at bankwithfm.com. Member FDIC.
For Good News in Dayton, this is Brent Kress with Wagner Paving. Mark your calendars for August 22nd. Flat track motorcycle racing is slated for action at the Great Dark County Fair. Promoted by local LLC for the Riders Promotions, the iconic Greenville, Ohio pea gravel half-mile track is a rider and spectator favorite. Just $10 gets you into the grandstands to watch all of the racing action. How We Do in Roger That Racing will have spectator giveaways for fans in the stands. Riders will be signing autographs during the intermission. Want to meet the riders? See the bikes up close? Head over to hdrtracing.com and click on the Lighten Up the Dark tab for more information on this can't-miss event. Be sure to like For the Riders Promotions on Facebook for the latest details and updates. Flat track racing is Good News in Dayton.
Good News in Dayton is sponsored by Grunder Landscaping, Day Air Credit Union, and Wagner Paving. For more information, visit goodnewsindayton.com.
As you may know, David's Cemetery is a beautiful cemetery in the heart of Kettering that offers many burial options. What you may not know is that we also have a beautiful chapel and an after-service facility called the Gathering Room. Our convenient location eliminates traveling from place to place because we can host everything from the visitation and memorial service to the committal and family gathering. Please call or stop by our office for a private tour. David's Cemetery, Generations of Care.
Choosing to buy a gun was not a decision I took lightly. But with everything going on, I really wanted to feel like I could protect myself. I hadn't thought about the danger of an unlocked gun in my own home until...
Mia, where are your napkins? Ooh, not that drawer. Unless anyone needs a gun.
Now, I always lock my gun to keep everyone safe. Visit endfamilyfire.org to learn how to store your guns more securely. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
This is the station Dayton turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news. WHIO Dayton Springfield, celebrating 90 years of being Dayton's news and talk station. Depend on it.
Good morning. It is 6:30. It's Friday, August 15th. I'm Brittany Otto on Miami Valley's Morning News with the three big things that you need to know. Lots of sunshine today, highs in the upper 80s. It'll feel more like 90 degrees. A murder suspect in custody after an hours-long standoff at the Quality Inn on East Leffel Lane in Springfield. And it is our top story this morning. The eyes of the world looking to Alaska. President Trump will meet with the president of Russia there today.
That's right, Brittany. This is the first meeting with Russia's president of President Trump's second term. Fox's Jared Halpern is traveling to Anchorage with the president.
President Trump views today's summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin like a chess match, setting up the next move. In this case, a meeting between Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
The second meeting is going to be very, very important because that's going to be a meeting where they make a deal, and I don't want to use the word divvy things up.
Speaking on the Brian Kilmeade show, the president says he believes Putin wants a deal.
But there is a 25% chance that this meeting will not be a successful meeting.
This week, President Trump warned Russia will face severe consequences if Putin does not agree to a ceasefire.
Yeah, so stay tuned right here as we continue to bring you the latest news and analysis on this developing story throughout the day, the evening, and, of course, throughout the weekend right here on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
The heat returns to the Miami Valley. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz. We may have our next heat wave on tap this weekend. We'll talk about when some cooler air moves in.
Traffic is moving well on all interstates across the Miami Valley for the morning drive. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
I'm Brittany Otto. This is Miami Valley's Morning News on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, sponsored by University Painters.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff. Well, it's a story we're following closely out of Clark County this morning. The murder murder suspect waking up in custody after an hours-long standoff last night at Springfield. Springfield police called to the Quality Inn on East Level Lane to assist the U.S. Marshal Service with taking a suspect into custody. WHIO's Benjamin Fritkiss reports.
According to Springfield police, the suspect was wanted for murder out of Columbus. As law enforcement approached the hotel room the suspect was believed to be in, shots were fired from inside. Springfield police tell us that at this time, it does not appear that any law enforcement returned fire. SWAT officers were then called to the scene and the suspect barricaded himself in the room. People inside the hotel were taken out by officers while they worked to get the suspect out. Hostage negotiators were also contacted.
Now, law enforcement was eventually able to take the suspect into custody safely, and no one else was inside that hotel room. On this back to school Friday morning, a local high school canceling classes due to an air conditioning issue. We're talking about the Horizon Science Academy Dayton High School announcing on its website it will be closed today due to a malfunction with the air conditioning system. This is for the location on Shoup Mill Road. At Butler County, an administrator at a school district has been placed on leave pending an investigation.
Talawanda School District says a new central office administrator was placed on unpaid leave Tuesday following the receipt of new information. The district did not share who the employee is, but says they are reviewing the matter thoroughly.
That is WHIO's Parker Tester reporting. Kettering Health donates hospital beds and stretchers to Cedarville University to enhance nursing education in Ohio and support global health initiatives.
28 beds and 4 stretchers were donated in total. The donations will provide Cedarville with modern medical equipment that surpasses what's available in many hospitals and training programs.
That is WHIO's Jason Michaels. The new beds will be implemented for this coming academic year, replacing some beds that date back to 2012. And in sports news, a hot MLB team taking their 12-game winning streak on the road to Southwest Ohio this weekend.
The third place in the NL Central Reds host the first place in the NL Central Brewers tonight at Great American Ballpark. Tonight's game will be the 8th time these teams have met this season. The Brewers are ahead 5-2 in the season series.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor. WHIO News Time, 6:35.
Weird stuff happens around here overnight. That's why we feature Dayton's only all-news morning show. Catch up and know what's going on every morning. Miami Valley's morning news is on WHIO. WHIO, Dayton's news and talk. Depend on. This is the legendary WHIO, the king of sports in Ohio. We've got the biggest sports teams and leagues on both radio and TV. This year, we're proud to be the home of NFL with Cincinnati Bengals football on Channel 7. The Southwest Ohio home of the Cleveland Browns on WHIO Radio. The biggest Big Ten games during the season every Saturday, including Ohio State football. The CBS NFL Game of the Week. The home of University of Dayton basketball and football. The Touchdown 7 high school football games of the week. The Dayton home of March Madness, the Masters, and PGA Championship. When it comes to the absolute biggest sports brands, WHIO Radio and Television is the king of Dayton sports. WHIO, Dayton's news, talk, and sports station. This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
I talked recently about fares dropping for fall around the United States, but I'll tell you where they've really been dropping for fall if you're interested in going to Europe, because the airlines are having trouble selling seats to Europeans coming to the United States right now, and it's, a back and forth market. So that means they've got to beg us with lower prices to get on those flights, and the fares are going down, down, down. Another thing you need to know, the value of the dollar versus the euro has been going down, making a trip to Europe more expensive than it's been in years and years and years once you get there. So something I don't normally recommend, I want you shopping for your hotels before you go, locking in the price in dollars booked from here before you fly away.
Clark is WHIO's consumer warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's morning news on WHIO. Together with the resources of News Center 7, you're on Dayton's #1 news team. Now, back to Miami Valley's morning news on WHIO.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Brittany Otto. Congratulations to Tanya in Brookville. Tanya's won a pair of tickets to see Bonnie Raitt with special guest Jimmy Vaughn and the Tilt-A-Whirl Band when they come to the Rose Music Center in Huber Heights, Saturday, September 6th. 69 degrees right now in Dayton. It's 6:38.
And that is 22 minutes here ahead of 7 o'clock. I'm Jeremy Radliff. An upcoming cold front could bring us rain next week.
We bring in rain chances Monday isolated. More scattered opportunities throughout the afternoon Tuesday, but even more so Tuesday night into Wednesday, then becoming scattered all day Wednesday, lingering into Thursday of next week. Again, 7 days out, the timing can still change, but that's what we know at the moment. As for how much rain we can grab onto, we're talking 1 inch to 2 inches of rain, isolated higher amounts under heavier thunderstorms, a possibility with some localized flash flooding. As of now, nothing looks to be severe, but we can't rule out stronger thunderstorms with wind gusts reaching 20 to 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, that is Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz. A continuing coverage of our top story. Ahead of President Trump's summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska later today, more than 100 pro-Ukrainian protesters gathered to denounce the meeting between the two world leaders. As some of the demonstrators chant in Ukrainian, giving glory to Ukraine and its heroes. Yeah, President Trump says this meeting with President Putin is the first stage where he will get more information on what the Russian president wants. The president then says there will be an additional meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky to get a final peace deal across. In the nation's northeast, envelopes containing potential hazardous material were found in Manhattan's Federal Plaza, hosting offices for DHS and ICE. Speaking to reporters, FDNY Commissioner Robert Tucker commends first responders.
This is a less than 4-minute response for the fire department. We train for incidents like this every day with the NYPD and with our federal counterparts. Everything worked flawlessly tonight.
But federal workers were evacuated from the building there. New York Deputy Mayor for Public Safety, Kaz Daughtry, says there are no injuries reported and there is no danger to the public.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
And two popular stores, Ulta and Target, have both agreed to end their partnership starting next year.
The shop-in-shop agreement will end August of 2026. Target had installed the beauty locations in their stores back in 2021. You will still be able to shop and use your Ulta rewards when purchasing products at Target until the agreement ends.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor. WHIO News Time 641.
And we get your 5-day weather forecast on this Friday morning from Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz.
89 degrees this afternoon, feeling more like 95. 91 on Saturday, feeling more like 100. Doing the same thing on Sunday, and we're dry. We'll have a few passing clouds, maybe a stray shower all 3 days, but many of us will stay dry until we get into Monday and Tuesday ahead of our next cold front. Monday 90, 88 on Tuesday with increased chances for showers and storms late into the afternoon and into the evening.
The live Doppler 7 radar clear. It is 69 in Vandalia. It's 68 in Fairborn, 69 degrees at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Is your car's AC acting up? Keep cool this summer by visiting your trusted automotive air conditioning repair experts. Breathe a little easier by making an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
And here's Jake Magnotta.
Starting to see that morning rush out there, but right now, if you're just starting out your Friday morning drive, no reported crashes in any school areas on the main roads and on the interstates. If you need to use those soon, heading to work, travel times look normal. There are no accidents or delays. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Well, the Daily Mail says a new South Wales, Australia woman was recently evicted from her home after going from 2 to 50 cats in a year. Neighbors complained of a putrid smell and constant meowing. All of the cats were rescued, fostered, or rehomed by volunteers and local shelters. And a local sex offender who faked his own death is now convicted of rape in another state. We're going to unpack all that for you in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:43.
Here at WHIO, we've talked to a lot of folks recently, and the top concern you have is getting consumer information you need and want. You need to know the scams out there, how you can get ripped off, where to spend your money, and where to save money and make the most out of every dollar. That's why we're proud to have consumer warrior Clark Howard as part of the WHIO team. You'll hear his updates all day long. Clark Howard, only in Dayton on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's News and Talk.
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
I'm so excited about two reports, one from Fidelity Investments, the other from Vanguard, that Americans are saving for retirement at younger ages than they ever have and saving more of their pay than they ever have in the past as well. The amount people are saving in those retirement plans at work, almost 15% on average now if you take what the employer contributes and what you as an employee contribute. You start saving for retirement right out of when you get out of school and get into a job. You start saving late teens, early 20s. It means that you are going to have a completely different retirement than other people who wait till their 30s or 40s till they start saving for retirement. Every time you get a raise, increase the percent of your pay that goes into the plan.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto. August 10th, 30 BC, Cleopatra dies. August 11th, 1978, Chic's second album, Say Chic, is released and would become Billboard's Album of the Year in 1979. August 11th, 1984, the Cincinnati Reds retired Johnny Bench's number 5.
They got it. Johnny Bench to Joe Morgan, and there was a no-contest play at second base.
August 13th, 1860, sharpshooter Annie Oakley is born in Darke County. August 14th, 1851, gunslinger Doc Holliday is born.
I'm your huckleberry.
Breaking news all morning. The Storm Center 7 forecast to start your day and triple team traffic. Miami Valley's Morning News continues on WHIO.
Good morning. It is 6:45. I'm Brittany Otto here on Miami Valley's Morning News with the three big things that you need to know. Cleveland Browns rookie and former Ohio State standout Quinshon Judkins will not face charges after he was arrested in Florida in July. Dorothy Lane Market set to open its fourth and largest location in Mason. That's going to happen on August 20th. And it is our top story. The day's finally arrived. Later today, we'll be closely monitoring a summit between Presidents Trump and Putin.
Yeah, Brittany, Ukraine's president taking a wait-and-see approach before trusting that Russian President Putin wants to end his war on Ukraine. Fox's Jackie Heinrich has more for us from Anchorage, Alaska.
Zelensky has warned Putin's not really interested in peace and believes that he wants to occupy Ukraine. He's called for stiffer sanctions on Russia from both the U.S. and Europe. President Trump says the U.S. will impose severe consequences if things don't go well, but Putin appears to be trying to get something out of this, too. In a video released by the Kremlin, the Russian leader said in part, the current American administration, which as everyone knows is making, in my opinion, quite energetic and sincere efforts to stop the hostilities in order to create long-term conditions of peace if we reach agreements in the area of control over over strategic offensive weapons at the next stage.
Yeah, the president says today's summit in Alaska is intended to set up a second meeting, likely in Europe, between Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky. A Dayton sex offender who faked his own death is convicted of rape in Utah. WHIO's Ron Otto has more.
Nicholas Rossi was arrested in Scotland, where he claimed to be an Irish orphan named Arthur Knight. His legal name is Nicholas Oliverdian, and he faked his own death to escape the U.S. He was convicted of sexually assaulting a Sinclair Community College student in 2008.
Yeah, he's going to be sentenced in October after he stands trial in September for another rape in Utah County. A crash in Darke County yesterday morning leaves 2 people injured.
It happened just before 10:15 at State Route 49 and the 49 alternate near Arcanum. An SUV came into the path of a pickup truck driven by a 17-year-old Greenville teen on southbound State Route 49. The driver of the SUV was taken to Wayne Healthcare with minor injuries. The teenager was treated at the scene.
That is WHIO's Parker Testa reporting. As we constantly updating stories for you with new details, the man arrested in the shootings at an Austin, Texas Target store admits to killing 3 people.
The confession detailed in arrest papers made by 32-year-old Ethan Nineker just moments after he was captured. He's quoted as saying, "I killed a man and a baby girl today in Target, in the Target parking lot. I shot them both because I'm Jesus," maintaining he killed them and a third person to save us all, out of love, not out of hate. But later he told cops he shouldn't have shot them.
That is Fox's Gary Baumgarten. And Louisiana taking legal action against the popular gaming platform Roblox.
The state claims the site has become a place for sexual predators to thrive, unite, hunt, and victimize kids. Attorney General Liz Murrill is accusing the free site of failing to enforce safety measures. She says the site prioritizes user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. The platform's website describes Roblox as the ultimate virtual universe that lets you create, share experiences with friends, and be anything you can imagine.
That is Fox's Tom Rigotti reporting. WHIO News Time 6:49.
And we're going to get your 5-day weather forecast now from Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz.
Waking up this morning with some patchy fog. Most of us should be all right. We'll clear that fog. Hit 89 degrees this afternoon, feeling like 95 with a few passing clouds. 91 on Saturday, feeling more like 100. Doing the same thing again on Sunday. Then on Monday, we'll drop to 90. Woo! Still hot, still humid, waiting for that cold front. 88 degrees on Tuesday with increased rain chances throughout the afternoon and evening.
The live Doppler 7 radar clear right now. 69 in Springboro. It's 68 in Beaver Creek. 69 degrees at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
And we check in now with Jake Magnotta.
It's been a busy morning all week long as the traffic volumes have been increasing since everyone's been heading back to school. But on our Friday, as we wrap up this last morning commute of the work week, we've had no traffic issues so far, no accidents, no major backups. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Well, a 25-year-old Florida man reportedly caught going 120 miles per hour on a highway because he says he thought a police officer was racing him and not trying to stop him. The man broke Florida's new super speeder law by exceeding the limit by 50 miles per hour. He admitted to going 90. He was arrested for excessive speeding. And a man in Los Angeles is in trouble for apparently annoying his neighbors. We will explain how and discuss in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:51.
I'm Parker Testa with the University of Dayton Sports Update. Dayton Volleyball is selected 24th in the preseason American Volleyball Coaches Association poll. The Flyers are coming off a 31-3 season and a trip to the NCAA Regionals.
Into the end zone, touchdown Dayton!
Dayton football kicks off their season Thursday, August 28th at Eastern Illinois. Kickoff time is 7 p.m. The Flyers posted a 6-5 record on the gridiron last season.
Back to Bennett, left corner for 3. It's good!
Dayton basketball has a few more pieces to their schedule. The Flyers will play Penn State in an exhibition game benefiting mental health and suicide prevention Sunday, October 19th at 2 o'clock. And they'll take on Georgetown in the ESPN Events Invitational. That game will be following your Thanksgiving dinner on November 27th. Tip-off is at 7:30 p.m. I'm Parker Testa with your University of Dayton Sports Update on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
WHIO has just won several Associated Press and Edward R. Murrow News Awards, including Best Radio Newscast. We don't do it for awards. We do it for you. Thanks. From WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
I'm Ron Otto with my Sports Rundown, my opinion on the big stories in sports. Cleveland Guardians pitchers Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase are on paid leave until August 31st as Major League Baseball investigates possible gambling issues. Now, the Guardians say, quote, no additional players or club personnel are expected to be impacted, which is to say no other players are being investigated. But let's be very clear, every player on the Guardians roster is being impacted. The night we heard about Clase being put out of action, the Guards blew a ninth-inning lead to the worst team in baseball, the Colorado Rockies. No Clase, no save. And this is just going to keep happening in baseball. MLB is cozied up to betting apps like Bet365 and FanDuel because there's a lot of money being made. But now it's too easy and tempting for players to cash in on these prop bets. Maybe Ortiz and Clase are innocent after all, but just hearing of an investigation chips away a little bit more at baseball's integrity. I'm Ron Otto, and that's my Sports Rundown.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Isn't it time to bring some magic into the real world? Where knights ride in shining armor, and pirates always have a bag of loot. Where everyone is welcome for a toast. Where wonder and fantasy awaits you round every corner. Discover it all at the Ohio Renaissance Festival. Visit renfestival.com for info and tickets.
The area's only all-news and talk radio station. That means we're talking about what you're talking about. Miami Valley's Morning News continues on WHIO.
Good morning, and thanks for listening to Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Brittany Otto. 69 degrees right now in Dayton. It is 6:55, and as always this morning, I'm joined by Will Taylor in Master Control.
Hello.
Jeremy Ratliff over the newsroom.
Good morning.
And guys, I came across this story. I want to get your thoughts on it. WGN says a Los Angeles man named Gary Boydzine is annoying his neighbors by repeatedly blaring train horns from his house.
Oh, Gary.
The neighbors fed up with Gary. He's been doing this for months now. They say they want local authorities to do something about it. The horn, again, a train horn, has a range of 3.5 miles. Gary says he blasts his horn because he's got a personal issue with the LAPD. He has been arrested, but charges have not yet been announced. And I bring this up because, you know, we were just talking, Jeremy, you just moved again. I've lived several different places.
Yeah.
And sometimes neighbors and relationships with them can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
Have you had any bad neighbors? Or bad actors as neighbors. Maybe not bad people, but they do things that just drive you nuts.
Years ago, we had neighbors with dogs that were a little bit aggressively challenging and like to attack the fence. This is years ago, and this is when we lived in Florida.
So pre-kids?
You know, it was a little bit pre-kids and then a little bit post-kid.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but that was always one of those things where it's like, oh, that's right, we have to, I think that was our first house.
Okay.
So it was one of those, oh, that's right, we have to coexist with other human beings when you own a house and you're kind of just in that scenario. Right now, all of our neighbors are amazing.
Oh, that's good.
Where we're at now. But yeah, going back to that was a little bit of a challenging, concerning situation.
Yeah, that's crazy. Will, how about you? Any bad neighbor experiences?
Yes. When I was growing up, the house next to ours, there was a family in it that was like, they were similar ages to me and my brother. And it was a snow day one time, and we were having a snowball fight, me and the older sibling of the other family, and he chucked a piece of ice at my face.
Whoa.
And sliced me open.
That's aggressive.
Yeah. Never apologized.
What?
Yeah, never apologized.
Did he know it was ice?
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a chunk. Like, it wasn't like within the
it was like a
snowball.
shuriken. He like
A shuriken? I don't even know what that is, but it sounds like a dangerous weapon.
like a ninja star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then he never apologized, and I was dripping blood into the snow.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
I feel like that's a situation where like the moms and dads get involved eventually.
I don't know if moms and dads got involved.
Okay.
I think mom did come out and go, "Why is there all this blood?"
Yeah, in the white snow.
Yeah.
That had to be graphic looking.
Yeah. And then I think they got evicted, but yeah.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
karma.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We've all got our stories. I have had some really good neighbors though in the past, and currently we've got a great one. And they're also autos. How random is that?
Yeah, that is wild. Now, how? Not to get too specific, but how close are they? Because I just assumed your closest neighbor would be like a goat or something.
5 miles away.
No, we have like our acreage is narrow.
Okay.
So it goes back. So they're not super close, but
Yeah, but
know.
they're nice.
yeah. Oh,
So,
we
yeah.
we love the autos. All
Love
right.
it.
Well, whatever you're doing today, if you've got a difficulty with a neighbor, try to end it peacefully.
Unlike Gary.
Yeah, unlike
Gary.
Gary. Oh, Gary. All right, we've got our top story coming up this morning. It's one we've been following throughout the week. President Trump meeting with President Putin in Alaska. Details in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:59.
What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around.
Isn't it time to bring some magic into the real world? Where knights ride in shining armor, and pirates always have a bag of loot. Where everyone is welcome for a toast. Where wonder and fantasy awaits you round every corner. Discover it all at the Ohio Renaissance Festival. Visit renfestival.com for info and tickets.
I can't wait to meet her! Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Unlock the true potential of your ride with Big Papa's Car Audio, located at 6705 Montgomery Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45236. We specialize in upgrading your vehicle with customized sound systems, wheels, tires, wraps, and remote starters. Transform your drive and make every journey unforgettable. Ready to elevate your car style and performance? Visit the location or call us at 513-561-5300 to book your appointment today. Big Papa's Audio, where your vehicle's upgrade dreams come true.
This is the station Dayton turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news. WHIO Dayton Springfield, celebrating 90 years of being Dayton's news and talk station. Depend on it.
Good morning. It is 7 o'clock on Friday, August 15th. I'm Brittany Otto on Miami Valley's Morning News with the 3 big things that you need to know. A lot of sunshine today. We'll see highs in the upper 80s. Feels like temperatures pushing into the 90s. A murder suspect in custody after an hours-long standoff at the Quality Inn on East Leffel Lane in Springfield. And it's our top story. The day's finally arrived, and the spotlight is on Anchorage, Alaska.
That's right, Brittany. President Trump is going to meet face-to-face with Russia's leader seeking a peace deal in Ukraine. Fox's Jared Halpern is traveling with the president to Alaska. Jared brings us a special report on this morning.
President Trump is confident Russian President Vladimir Putin wants to make a deal, telling the Brian Kilmeade Show economic pressure brought Putin to the table.
As Putin knows, I'm the toughest one that he's ever had to deal with. He's never had to deal with anybody like me.
The successful meeting today in Anchorage would lead to a second summit in short order between Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Because I'm going to let them negotiate their deal. I'm not going to negotiate the deal. I'm going to let them negotiate their deal.
Before leaving Alaska late tonight, President Trump is expected to hold a news conference, possibly alongside Putin.
Yeah, so stay tuned right here as we continue to bring you the very latest news and analysis on this developing story throughout the day, the night, and throughout the weekend, right here on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
More rain in the Miami Valley. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz. I'll tell you when we have our best opportunity and how much you might be able to expect.
Right now, I'm not seeing any accidents or delays for the morning drive. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
This is Miami Valley's morning news on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Radliff. Well, in news out of Clark County, we are learning new information this morning about a SWAT standoff that lasted for hours there.
It happened last night in Clark County, outside of the Quality Inn on Leffel Lane. This is right off of I-70 and South Limestone Street. Several agencies were called to this motel because a murder suspect had barricaded himself in the room. We're told he was wanted for murder out of Columbus. The city of Springfield posted on Facebook warning people to stay away from there last night. As law enforcement approached that hotel room the suspect was believed to be in, shots were fired from inside. People inside the hotel were taken out by officers while they worked to get the suspect out. No one was hurt. That suspect now in custody.
That is News Center 7's Nick Foley reporting. A Cleveland Browns rookie will not face charges after an arrest in July.
Rookie running back Quinshawn Judkins was arrested on a misdemeanor domestic violence charge in Florida. Prosecutors have declined to move forward with the case. Judkins was picked 36th overall in the NFL draft and has yet to practice in training camp because he hasn't signed his rookie contract.
That is WHIO's Parker Testa reporting. There is an increase in the demand for blood donors here in the Miami Valley.
The Versity Blood Center of Dayton is urgently requesting donations after multiple accidents and heart surgeries depleted the region's supply. They provide blood to 32 hospitals throughout the city. Versity is offering a sweepstakes for 2 Bengals season passes for the 2025 season to those who donate by August 31st.
That is WHIO's Sierra Lawson reporting. And some encouraging news where jobs are concerned.
Once again, the job sector is a bright or at least brighter spot in the economy. The Labor Department says 224,000 people filed first-time unemployment claims last week. That's down from the 227,000 the week before. Many of the filings were by seasonal workers whose summer jobs are ending, like lifeguards. The question for many analysts now is this a trend or is it a one-off?
That is Fox's Daria Albinger reporting for us. WHIO News Time 7:05.
Well, the Daily Mail says a New South Wales, Australia woman was recently evicted from her home after going from 2 to 50 cats in just a year. Neighbors complained of a putrid smell and constant meowing. All of the cats were rescued, fostered, or rehomed by volunteers and local shelters. An investigation underway involving gender identity policies in one Midwest state. We have the details in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 7:05.
Nothing is more frustrating than sitting on 75 in traffic and not knowing what's going on. Your phone, not so helpful. That's why we're the home of Triple Team Traffic. Every 10 minutes. WHIO is Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
Prescription products require completion of an online medication consultation with an independent healthcare provider through the LifeMD platform and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Individual results may vary. Additional restrictions apply at lifemd.com. Read all warnings before using GLP-1s. Side effects may include a risk of thyroid C-cell tumors. Do not use GLP-1s if you or your family have a history of thyroid cancer.
Confused on where to start with weight loss medication? See the lowest prices available with or without insurance for Wegovy, Zepbound, and more at trylifemd.com. 95% of LifeMD patients said starting their weight loss journey was simple. Listen to Tara's story after losing 42 pounds.
You just take your shot. It doesn't feel like you're on a diet. What I wasn't expecting it to do was to shut off the food noise. I had gone from 237 to 195. This was life-altering, and if I can do it, I feel like anybody can do it.
Get your free insurance benefits check in minutes right now at trylifemd.com. Nearly 96% of patients said they would recommend the LifeMD program to anyone who wants to lose weight. Get started right now at trylifemd.com. That's TRYLIFEMD.com.
Going to the gym can be discouraging, especially if you're putting in the work but barely seeing changes. But with Tonal, you can actually see your progress with every workout. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and the expertise of a personal trainer anytime at home with one sleek system. Designed to reduce your mental load, Tonal is the ultimate strength training system, helping you focus less on workout planning and more on getting results. No more second-guessing your technique. Tonal gives you real-time coaching cues to dial in your form and help you lift safely and effectively. After a quick assessment, Tonal sets the optimal weight for every move and adjusts in 1-pound increments as you get stronger, so you're always challenged. Tonal lets you choose from a variety of expert-led workouts, from strength to aero hit to yoga and mobility, to keep you coming back for more. For a limited time, go to Tonal.com to get $500 off site-wide. That's Tonal.com for $500 off site-wide. Tonal.com.
Means you'll know first. This is Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Brittany Otto. The Daily Mail says Starbucks has brought back their beloved cotton candy Frappuccino. It's on their secret menu. The drink made with a vanilla bean cream Frappuccino base, 3 pumps of raspberry syrup, and whipped cream.
Oh, man.
It's 68 degrees now in Dayton at 7:08.
I wonder if the workers are excited when people order that one. I'm just curious. 8 minutes here after 7 o'clock. I'm Jeremy Ratliff. Well, it's another back-to-school day here in the Miami Valley. So what weather should our kiddos prepare for today?
As we're getting on the school bus this morning, back to school for many of us today, make sure that you're watching for some patchy dense fog. It's not terrible at the moment, but it may thicken up. But coming home, there's a stray shower storm. Many of us are going to remain dry. That boundary is down toward the Ohio River. It's going to be hot and humid today. High temperatures pushing toward 90 by the time we get off the school bus.
That is Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz. And continuing coverage of our top story this hour, President Trump meeting with Russian President Putin in Alaska later today at a U.S. military base for a crucial summit.
Today's meeting could influence the war in Ukraine and European security. The summit excludes Ukrainian President Zelensky. President Trump has expressed hopes for a broader peace deal, but success is uncertain.
Yeah, the president's going to be departing soon. Air Force One right now, looking at a live shot of it on the tarmac. That, of course, was WHIO's Will Taylor with a special report this morning. And another story that continues to grab just mass attention. California's Democratic governor moving now to put congressional maps on the ballot to counter a GOP redistricting effort in Texas.
California Governor Gavin Newsom calling for a November 4th special election to redraw the state's congressional map for 2026.
We're putting the maps on the ballot and we're giving the power to the people. This will be the first redistricting that's ever done that. That's the difference.
Telling folks in Los Angeles this responds to a mid-decade redistricting effort in Texas as Republicans try to maintain a majority in the House after next year's midterms.
We're doing this in reaction to a president of the United States that called a sitting governor of the state of Texas and said, find me 5 seats.
Newsom has said California's map would only take effect if Texas and other states move forward with their redistricting efforts and would remain through the 2030 elections.
That is Fox's Kristen Goodwin reporting.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
So it happened over 50 years ago. Now a man is proposing to make one of the most important days in American history a national holiday.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
It was possibly the most historic moment in American history. Wapakoneta's Neil Armstrong reporting America had met President Kennedy's challenge to land humans on the moon. Now, a proposal's being made to make July 20th a national holiday, Lunar Landing Day. The person making it, a California doctor, Robert Slater.
For the first time ever, our species was united and unified in something greater than ourselves.
Who else supports this? The man who stood next to Neil at that moment, Buzz Aldrin.
And, of course, WHIO's Jason Michaels reporting. WHIO News Time 7:11.
And time for us to get your 5-day weather forecast from Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz.
89 degrees this afternoon, feeling more like 95. 91 on Saturday, feeling more like 100. Doing the same thing on Sunday, and we're dry. We'll have a few passing clouds, maybe a stray shower all 3 days, but many of us will stay dry until we get into Monday and Tuesday ahead of our next cold front. Monday 90, 88 on Tuesday with increased chances for showers and storms late into the afternoon and into the evening.
The live Doppler 7 radar is clear. 66 degrees in Springfield. It's 67 in Brookville, 68 degrees at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
And we check in now with Jake Magnotta.
Brittany, looks like there was just a crash 75 north. I was trying to pull up the camera here, but I'm not seeing anything right now. Looks like a little bit of a delay. This would be northbound 75. Looks like it's a little past Wagner Ford Road and before you get to Needmore Road. I don't think we need to reroute right now, but going to be slowing down for a little through here. Also, about 10 minutes ago, had reports of a crash in Huber Heights at Fishburg and Endicott Roads. That's near the soccer fields. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Well, Mashed Magazine says people are baking chocolate cakes with mashed potatoes because the potatoes make the cake more tender, light, and fluffy. The recent trend started on TikTok, although bakers have been adding potatoes to cakes for over a century. Adding potatoes to the dessert also increases its nutrient and fiber content. And 2 Cleveland Guardian pitchers being investigated by the agency that oversees gambling here in Ohio. Details in 2 minutes. WHI News Time is 7:30.
Find your next adventure with a brand new Kia from Kings Kia. Right now, get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2025 Kia Sorento, Sorento Hybrid, and Sportage models during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Make the most of your summer. Visit kingskia.com today. 1.9 financing for 60 months on new 2025 Kia Sportage and Sorento models. $1,748 per month per thousand financed in 60 months. Title buyers will qualify for Kia Finance America. Offer ends 7/7. See dealer for full details.
You've told us that the most important thing about our station is the weather. It's a big responsibility and something we don't take for granted. If there is ever a tornado or severe thunderstorm happening, we have a building full of Storm Center 7 meteorologists and will always provide continuous news, breaking in and giving you nonstop coverage. Plus, hear the weather 24 hours a day, every 15 minutes. It's a promise from 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
Isn't it time to bring some magic into the real world? Where knights ride in shining armor, and pirates always have a bag of loot. Where everyone is welcome for a toast. Where wonder and fantasy awaits you round every corner. Discover it all at the Ohio Renaissance Festival. Visit renfestival.com for info and tickets.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Find your next adventure with a brand new Kia from Kings Kia. Right now, get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2025 Kia Sorento, Sorento Hybrid, and Sportage models during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Make the most of your summer. Visit kingskia.com today. 1.9 financing for 60 months on new 2025 Kia Sportage and Sorento models. $1,748 per month per thousand financed in 60 months. Title buyers will qualify for Kia Finance America. Offer ends 7/7. See dealer for full details.
Dayton,
You're waking up with the information you need to start the day. Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
Good morning. It is 7:16. I'm Brittany Otto on Miami Valley's morning news with three big things that you need to know. Cleveland Browns rookie and former Ohio State standout Quinshon Judkins will not face charges after he was arrested in Florida in July. Dorothy Lane Market set to open its fourth and largest location. It'll be in Mason. It opens on August 20th. And it is our top story today. President Trump expected to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska today to discuss a ceasefire in the war in Ukraine.
That's right, Brittany. And Fox's Kevin Cork reports for us from Washington.
What the president hopes to accomplish is setting up a second meeting, likely in Europe, between Mr. Putin and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. The president acknowledging an immediate ceasefire is probably not in the cards for this first meeting, nor is any talk of territorial divisions. Meantime, in a video released by the Kremlin this morning, Mr. Putin appeared to praise what he called Mr. Trump's sincere efforts towards long-term peace, while also suggesting the U.S. and Russia could make a deal on nuclear arms control. Now, for his part, Mr. Zelensky says he believes that Putin is, quote, bluffing and doesn't really want peace.
And the meeting will also include talks about potential economic ties between Russia and the U.S., according to the Kremlin. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we're going to have a special report from Fox's Jared Halpern, who is traveling with the president today, along with some audio from Brian Kilmeade's interview with President Trump that we aired right here on WHIO. In sports, it's been a rough week for the Dragons on the road.
Dayton has lost all 4 games this week, including both games in yesterday's doubleheader against Lansing. The Dragons have 3 more games to go against the Lugnuts before heading home to play Peoria next week in a home series.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor. To Columbus, the agency that oversees gambling in the Buckeye State, working with Major League Baseball now as it investigates 2 Cleveland Guardians pitchers.
The Ohio Casino Commission says it was notified in late June by a licensed sports book of suspicious wagering on Guardians games. Governor Mike DeWine is asking the commission to ban player-specific micro bets, and its next meeting is set for next Wednesday.
That is WHIO's Ron Otto reporting. The players both on non-disciplinary paid leave through August the 31st.